Welcome to London, a city where history and modernity rightly intertwine, giving a substance of an urban masterpiece renowned for its exceptional design. From its ancient streets to its cutting-edge architecture, London stands as a testament to the art of thoughtful city planning. London design story begins with its rich histories, and centuries of development have layered the city with a tapestry of architectural styles, each adding to its unique aroma. In contrast, London's skyline is constantly evolving, with contemporary structures pushing the boundaries of design and technology. Green spaces are the lungs of London, offering residents and visitors a respite from the urban hustle. Parks like Hyde Park and Regent's Park provide serene environments for recreation and relaxation, seamlessly woven into the fabric of the city. All these have been made possible, all thanks to an efficient transport network. We call it the London Tube and Rail. If you've never seen it before, then stay still till the end so that you can see the details of these confusing lines crammed together in the map. London, a global metropolis, boasts one of the most comprehensive and efficient public transport systems in the world. Central to this network are the London Tube and Rail services, which together facilitate seamless travel across the city and beyond. The London Underground, commonly known as the Tube, is the world's oldest underground rail network, having opened in 1863. Today, it comprises 11 lines covering 250 miles of tracks and serving 270 stations. The Tube is designed with a color-coded system for easy navigation. Each line has a distinct color and name, such as the Central Line in red, the Piccadilly Line in blue, and the Jubilee Line in silver. These lines intersect at various key stations, allowing passengers to switch lines conveniently. I know this might sound a lot, but honestly, it's what makes up the core of how London functions. Remember, London is a city to almost 10 million people, and when you also consider the tourists from around the world and visitors from other parts of the UK, the numbers keep on plummeting, so this transport system is actually needed. When we look at the north of the Thames, it's heavily serviced by the London Underground, also famously known as the Tube. The Underground is a rapid transit system that serves 5 million people daily, making it one of the busiest metro systems globally. It comprises 11 lines, primarily covering the Greater London area and extending into parts of Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire, and Essex. Generally, the Tube is very efficient and fast. For instance, the Victoria Line operates every 100 seconds even during peak times, ensuring a train is always ready before you leave the platform. These lines connect 272 stations across London, with the longest distance between two stations being just 6.3 kilometers, from Chalfont and Latner to Chesham on the Metropolitan Line. The system is designed so that you can always access the Tube, no matter your location. Overall, the entire Tube network spanned 250 miles, making it the 7th largest metro system in the world. And that is not enough for London. The city also boasts of other options, such as the London Overground, a suburban rail network that provides routes that are more of a ring around central London, rather than through it, bypassing the craziness of the core. It perfectly complements the Underground and has the 2nd largest annual ridership, serving 189 million people each year across 113 stations on 9 different lines. The Docklands Light Railway, on the other hand, found mostly north of the River Thames, is somewhat a niche system serving primarily East London and most specifically the Docklands area. The Docklands Light Railway system has been very vital in providing a direct connection between London's 2 major financial districts, Canary Wharf and the City of London. This hereby makes it the busiest light railway system in the entire of UK. And to expound more on this, the system serves over 100 million people annually. London's bus system is also one of the most extensive globally, featuring a fleet of over 9,000 iconic red buses and the 2nd largest zero-emission bus fleet in Europe, second only to Moscow. Approximately 6 million passengers take one of the 7,000 daily bus journeys, covering over 700 different routes. This results in an annual ridership exceeding 2 billion people. To put that in perspective, London's bus network carries roughly the same number of passengers annually as the combined bus ridership of New York City, Los Angeles, and Paris. Besides just being the most used modes of transport in London, it's also a relatively cheap system too. In this case, a full day of bus-only travel costs a maximum of $5.5, or even if you need it for just an hour, you can pay less than $2 for something called the Hopper fare, letting you travel on unlimited buses or trams for free within an hour of touching in for your first journey. When we move to the south of the River Thames and South London, overall, it's a complete completely different phenomena as compared to the north. You see, of the 272 stations connected to the underground, only 31 of them are in South London, and you might even want to ask, why is this possible? First of all, let's talk about geology. Of course, geology is the study of Earth, and for those folks who had a good time with geography, I'm pretty sure we're in the same page. The north of the River Thames usually has perfect soil for tunneling, whereas the south of it has waterlogged clay, which honestly doesn't make it fit for tunneling. Another reason as to why we have fewer stations in the south is that South London is less populated, and this therefore makes it cheaper to build through and above ground. If you take a look at this map of London from 1794, you'll basically understand what I'm talking about. You'll realize that the city grew mostly north and west of Thames, and so the tube was built where most people live and where it was needed the most. Also, by the time London began building underground tunnels, the south already had an extensive suburban rail system, especially after it was being carved up by many private railway companies. So the tube system wasn't needed much in the south. But again, this is where the National Rail comes in. In essence, the National Rail is a cooperative, unincorporated association comprising a network of train operating companies, collectively forming Great Britain's inner-city train network. Given the limited presence of the underground south of the River Thames, the National Rail serves as the primary mode of public transport for the neighborhoods in that area. Also, London has not been left behind when it comes to trams. While the light rail trams primarily serve Croydon and its surrounding areas, they still attract nearly 30 million riders annually. The newest addition to London's transportation network is the Elizabeth Line. Though it is still in its early stages and not fully operational, this commuter and integration line connects the Great Western Main Line and Great Eastern Main Line through several central London stations. Its significance is immense as it dramatically reduces travel times. For example, the journey from Woolwich to Whitechapel is now just 9 minutes, down from 25 to 30 minutes, and the trip to Canary Wharf is now only 10 minutes, cutting the previous time by more than half. And if you are worried about getting late to work, then the Elizabeth Line will make your journeys a lot quicker and take a lot of pressure off the Central Line, one of the tube's busiest lines. Why, public transportation accounts for 37% of all journeys in London, making it the city's most popular modes of travel. It's crucial to understand that all the discussed transport systems are interconnected. Transport for London manages the tube, overground, Docklands light railway, buses, and trams, among others. Because of this unified management, these systems complement each other exceptionally well. For instance, the tube and DLR have multiple interchanges, and together they handle 40% of the trips between inner and outer London. Everything is also integrated via TfL's Oyster Card, a credit card-sized electronic ticket which offers almost unlimited use on almost all of London's public transportation systems for a relatively cheap price depending on the times you use it. Although this form of payments has slowly been declining due to the rise of contactless credit cards, it's still used over 12 million times each year. On matters congestion, London usually charges all private vehicles being driven in the zone here in central London about $17 per day of use. It's that much better a service, and in the first year of its implementation, the zone had a 30% reduction in traffic congestion and a 30% increase in average speeds, while bus passenger numbers rose 38%. It's something that amazing, and not all countries use it. New York City, for example, which almost is comparable to London in many ways, doesn't have one, at least not yet. All these transportation modes have also helped shape London to what it is today, and by far, London is also one of the most beautiful cities you might ever dream of. The urban design is a masterful blend of historical preservation, modern infrastructure, and efficient public transport, all coordinated to provide a seamless and enjoyable experience for its inhabitants and visitors. This intricate design not only enhances the city's functionality, but also preserves its rich heritage and vibrant character. What do you think? Please don't forget to leave your suggestions in the comment box below. Thanks for watching, and let's meet in our next video.